Well, this is certainly not the way we had it scripted on the show. Welcome to the Cleveland Browns halftime report with the score of the Browns 28, yes, and the Bengals 7. I hope everybody is enjoying their Sunday. I know that I most certainly am so far. There are some things that you have to be concerned about when you're playing on the road, but I don't want to belabor all of this. But the fact of the matter is that we played a fantastic first half of football, with the exception of allowing Andy Dalton to escape a certain sack that Myles Garrett has to make, and Myles Garrett jumping off sides again for no apparent reason. Other than that, we've played just a magnificent first half. Offensive efficiency, no punts, all touchdowns, success in the red zone. Baker Mayfield is great. The pass protection is great. What else can I tell you that you don't know yourself, that you witnessed and saw with your own eyes? 28-7. Who would have thought that? Now, in the chat room, want to say hi to the people in the chat room, to Brian, and to Derek, and to Erlanger, and we got it. Can Ken make it? Here's some of the comments that are in our chat room. I'm surprised at the score, looking like the Buckeyes game. That's Derek. Yeah, that's right. Erlanger Veritas, what a half. Then we got can Ken make it? The Hugh factor is in full effect. He's revolutionary, folks. I'm telling you. He may be deadlier than Ebola virus. Erlanger says, couldn't have played much better. Missed some tackles on the Bengals' last drive. Correct. Strike two for Myles. I agree, Mark Ross. Nice to see you in the chat, Mark. Yeah, when Randall handed Ron Shane, when Randall handed the ball to Huey on the sidelines is my highlight of the year. That is my highlight of the season. I mean, nothing even comes close. I mean, and we had the Chubb touchdown catch was great. Njoku's run into the end zone after he left his feet. That was incredible. But nothing, Sinead O'Connor would say, nothing compares to Huey getting the ball handed to him after Demarius Randall picks the pass off. Just unbelievable. And yes, it was thoroughly enjoyable for me. Hi, Cindy Sanders. How you doing? Jake Miller, nice to see you. If the Browns can hold them to open the second half, I'll feel a lot better. And if Myles were to bring Andy down on that sack, it may have been a horse collar. Well, you may be right about that too, Jake. Again, the bottom line is, yes, that is the concern. They get the ball to start the second half. And if they go down the field and do that again, it's 28-14 and the momentum shifts. You want the Cleveland Browns to stay aggressive, and you want the Cleveland Browns to keep doing things that work. Cincinnati's going to try to make some adjustments, but honestly, Cincinnati just didn't look like they could control the Cleveland offense. It also helps when Callaway's catching the ball, when Njoku's catching the ball. The time that Baker Mayfield has to throw the ball is nothing short of amazing, and Desmond Harrison is in the game. And I was going to ask somebody in the chat room, where's Greg Robinson? Because I'm noticing that Desmond Harrison is playing. Is there something wrong with Robinson? Just curious, because he had done so well the 2 weeks before. Rick May, how you doing? I'll see you on the program afterwards. All receivers involved. Baker feeling, well, dangerous is a better word, Rick. Anthony, how you doing? Great game so far. Got to rush Dalton more. Well, I mean, the pass rush has been a question mark for the Cleveland Browns, and we just can't afford to allow him to just do what he wants to do. Gemini, nice to see you in the chat room. And Mogambi, Moo, some of the old crew hanging out. To Kid, halftime score, no wonder it's going to snow. Ha ha ha. And the penalties did seem to follow Huey, Cindy. It's amazing. And what was funny is I do notice that what responsibilities Huey has on the sidelines are to be given the game ball by Demarius Randall. But also it's nice to see that Marvin has maintained the challenge flag possession so that Hugh won't misplace it. Took until 36 seconds left, but we had our weekly Garrett offside sighting. That's right, Rick. I mean, and there's no reason in that situation with the ball on the 5 and third down to be guessing the snap. I don't completely understand it. Perfnotch is saying, can somebody go start a GoFundMe account for Demarius Randall's statue? I agree, man. I mean, that's just like a Cindy is saying that Robinson was in. Okay, so is Austin DeGray. Well, then why am I seeing 78 on the field? What am I missing here? Isn't that Desmond Harrison on the left side that I was seeing playing? Or are they rotating people in and out? He was called for a holding penalty in the first half, Desmond Harrison, and he was also, playing. So I don't know. Maybe somebody can correct me. Derek is saying Bleacher Report Bengals might hire Huey as head coach. Well, after this, maybe that's true. Harrison is inactive. Do I have Harrison's number wrong? Is Harrison number 78? Maybe Robinson is number 78. What am I seeing on the field, folks? Am I on dope? Am I a white punk on dope? What the hell? Somebody help me. 78 is Robinson. Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten about Harrison. Thank you, Austin. God, I can't believe it. That's how much I wanted to forget. It's amazing the tricks that the mind plays on you. 78's the good guy. 69 is, well, thank you for straightening me out on this. Ward has absolutely shut down their wide receiver. I mean, yeah, it looks to me, and the kid says Huey's job is to check ball pressure. There you have it. I wouldn't say it's just the change of coach. Look at us now. I would say it's the play calling that is, and the Bengals look like they're in a stupor. Quite honestly, they really look like they are in a stupor out there, and that's what they looked like. Honestly, against the Ravens last week, and it's what they looked like the week before against the Saints. So who knows? DC Gaming says, don't feel bad. I thought the same thing. I mean, yeah, we're looking there saying this can't be. It can't be Harrison. The pass protection's good. So we have some statistics to share, and I want people in the chat room to tell me when the second half begins. Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdowns and 245 yards passing on 17 to 22. It doesn't get any more efficient than that. Nick Chubb has not broken off any long runs, but he has made some important plays. Only 30 yards and 15 carries, but the damage is being done through the air. Andy Dalton, 10 of 17 for 100 yards. No big strikes for Dalton. Mixon with 6 carries and 31 yards. And the one run by Dalton that we should not have allowed. So, and it's nice to see that Baker is not, resorting to scrambling with the ball. On the offensive side, Njoku with 5 catches. Who'd have thunk it? Callaway with 4. Who'd have thunk that? Who'd have thunk that we could be up 28-7 with Higgins with 1 catch, Juke with 1 catch, and Landry with 2 catches? Go figure. Obviously, maybe game planning and play calling has something to do with this. That's a real possibility. All right. And no first quarter scoring woes this week. That's right. And this is the way you have to play on the road. You got to punch them in the mouth. It kind of reminded me of when Bernie Kosar went to Cincinnati and we beat the Bengals 34-3. Not sure what year that was. But I remember the first play from scrimmage that was called was a bomb to Reggie Langhorne. I remember that. It was a 34-3 trouncing that we handed the Bengals. And of seeing the statistics they were flashing on the screen for Baker, this is like the first time since Bernie Kosar that we're seeing these kind of numbers put up in successive games. And he's tied an NFL record of 5 consecutive games with 2 or more touchdown passes. So really unbelievable. 1987, thank you, Mark Ross. Yeah, we went in an important game and we punched him in the mouth. And that's what we did today. Now we just got to keep it going. Finishing this half will be a true test, Anthony Nasca says. Chubb is hungry, though. Feed him more. I mean, using the clock in this second half does become important. It isn't about the big play. It's about moving the chains and getting points. It's about continuing to score and to be productive. and not to take ridiculous chances. So there you have it. I don't want to go conservative by any stretch of the imagination, but, just continue doing what you're doing. No changes. Baker, GX Mayfield, I think they should strongly consider retaining Greg and Freddie as the coaches. This is the most points scored in the first half of the Browns since 1999, and Prince was still alive then. The only thing missing from this perfect day is Don Criqui. Well, no, I'm actually enjoying life without Don Criqui. So, I mean, all in all, the Browns are playing extremely well as far as no fumbles lost, no interceptions. That kind of says it all. It isn't that the Browns are doing anything. They have not sacked the quarterback once defensively, but Cincinnati has had some really bad penalties at bad times that has set the ball back. And I do agree that keeping Freddie Kitchens as our offensive coordinator is looking more and more like a real possibility. So, that is something that is going to be interesting. What's going to become of the offense itself with a new head coach? Not exactly sure, but exciting stuff. All I can say to you folks is I'm very happy with the first half. You're very happy with the first half, but it's very important that the Browns come out with fire because the Bengals were given life at the end of the first half. Game is back on. I'm getting out of here. I will be back after the game with the post-game show. See you then. Until then, hasta la vista, Pastor Heads. Go Browns.